Welcome to the Pacific in Battlefield 5, where you can indeed shoot an M1 Garand. You can also chop people up with a katana. Doesn't work as well on tanks though.
Objective Charlie is no longer secure.
There's a flamethrower too. You've got beach landings.
Let's take control of that objective!
Endless coral and fish on the seabed. And just cool stuff like this. I'm not going to do the whole video like that, don't worry. So welcome to the Pacific. This is gameplay footage that I captured last week at DICE in Stockholm on the Pacific, which launches on the 31st of October with two maps, Ujima and Pacific Storm. In December, Wake Island is coming too. We did play Wake Island, but we weren't allowed to record it. And to be honest with you, it's Wake Island. It's the same layout, it just looks really good now. You don't really need to change Wake Island. So the two maps then, Iwo Jima, Breakthrough, Conquest. It is the best incarnation of Breakthrough in the game. Hands down, this map works really well as a Breakthrough map, and it lets you live out that beach assault landing fantasy. Whether you're attacking or defending, there's planes flying around everywhere. There's blown up tanks on the beach for cover. There's sand dunes. There's stuff going on in the background. Explosions. Destroyers all the way back in the sea. It's a cool map. You attack the beach and then you move up into like a bunker area. You take that. Keep pushing forward. You go into the caves. And the caves is just absolutely crazy. And eventually you end up on top of Mount Suribachi, which is a volcano. One capture point. 64 players. It's absolute bedlam, but the right kind. It's kind of fun. Whether you're in a plane and just strafing all the infantry there, having a great time, or you're on an MG or something at the top trying to mow down the US Army as they try and push up towards you. It's a fantastic map. Loved it in Breakthrough. Pretty fun in Conquest too. We were just doing stupid stuff like getting in the jeeps and going around as a squad with Fliegerfaust and just taking planes out. It was great. Both of these maps now have vehicles just dotted around the level too, which you don't need to spawn from the deploy point. Iwo Jima, it's a brilliant Battlefield map. It feels Battlefield, it feels sandbox, and the additions of the katana and the flamethrower and all these new vehicles, it was just great. I had a great time on it. Pacific Storm is the other map. It starts off really nice looking jungle paradise. Get yourself a tequila by the beach. This was made by the designer that made Paracel Storm for BF4, and it does play very similar to that. Lots of island hopping, moving across bridges. It's a cool Battlefield sandbox style map again. There's a chance that a big storm can roll in as well, and this completely changes the level. It reduces the visibility quite a lot. Everything goes dark, there's lots of rain and wind. The whole atmosphere of it changes. And this can last a couple minutes, it can last half a game. It just seemed to be random. But Pacific Storm, really cool map. I enjoyed using the boats to get between certain islands and flank people. Again, played it in Conquest and Breakthrough. Enjoyed it in both modes. I thought it was pretty fun. Now then, new guns. You'll have seen me using some of the new guns in this footage already. The M1 Garand is absolutely my favorite new thing in the game, and it's not just because of the ping, it's the way it feels when you shoot it. It feels punchy and powerful. The reload is great on it. There's a 3% chance of a rare reload though, where your thumb actually gets stuck in the mechanism while you're reloading it. So look out for that one. I think someone got footage of that. But it's just such a cool looking gun. Whether you're defending or attacking, it puts out some serious damage. Now the spec tree for the Garand is interesting because the last option on the left and the right side gives you a choice. Do you want to go with the grenade launcher attachment, as you can see here, or the other one, which is what I'll go for, is, let's say, high power magnum round. So you can choose a more powerful ammunition type to go in the gun that will do more damage at longer distances, but you will sacrifice rate of fire. So quite an interesting choice there. I'm definitely going to go with the right hand side though. The Type 100 SMG for the medic class, pretty good up close and personal. Felt like an SMG to me, to be honest. But they also get the jungle carbine, which is this baby here. One hit kill headshots, nice action on the reload. You don't have to unscope to chamber a new round either. The support, well, they get the Browning machine gun. It's an MMG in this game, so you have to prone or bipod to ADS with it. Fires quite slowly, but packs a punch. It took ages before it overheated, so it's a pretty decent choice there. And as for the snipers, you get the Arasaka. I didn't really use it that much, to be honest. It just felt like a nice fast-firing bolt-action rifle, to be honest with you. Those are the guns that I recorded. I did play with other guns that I'm not allowed to show you or talk about, but there's a load more to look forward to, put it that way. So those new vehicles then, there's a few new planes. The Zero and the Corsair are awesome. Love these things. And in the spec trees, you can equip a gliding bomb, which is the thing that you can see underneath the plane there. And you fire it, it glides depending on how fast you're going and how high you are. It will eventually just drop to the ground and make a like mini V1 explosion. There's some other really cool specs with the planes too, like incendiary bombs. There's anti-tank mines that you can drop if you want to just litter an area with AT. There's supply packs you can drop for your team, and also a mid-air spawn beacon, which is kind of unique. As for the tanks, well, we've got the Sherman, of course, and this has a flamethrower variant, which is just really fun, and you've got the other amphibious tanks too. I'm not going to go into detail with these, but DICE have really gone to town with the specializations on these new tanks and planes, and there's now 3 columns and 6 rows, so there's a ton more choice, and you can really spec these vehicles out in specific fashions for anti-air, anti-infantry, anti-tank, a bit of a mix. So vehicle players will really enjoy these, I think. Of course, you can't play with these tanks and planes on the original set of maps, but I really hope that DICE give the existing tanks and planes a do-over and add more choice to the spec trees, because I just think they deserve it now. There's also this little camera that I found. Now, this was in one build of the game that I played back in June at EA Play. It was on the Marita map, and then it was removed for some reason. But I was just looking around in the cave here, and I found it on the floor, picked it up. You can take some pictures with it. It's got different filters. If you do take pictures, they appear on PC in your My Documents Battlefield folder. I assume that if you're playing on console, they will just get saved to your screenshot folder or something like that. I also found this tiny red house, and apparently this is one of the guys at DICE. Whichever maps that he works on, he will put one of these little red houses in, and I think we've seen these in BF1 maps and also on Arras in BF5. They've completely redesigned the company system too now, so as you can see, you've got all your different classes and factions there. So the US and Japan are actually a different faction than Axis and Allies, which is good. There's a ton of new cosmetics here too, new character models. You can have lots of different hairstyles now, so I know a lot of people have been asking for that. Some cool new weapon skins too. You can inspect the weapons too. If you were paying attention to the start of the video, that's what I did with the M1 Garand. And they've changed the main menu screen. We get the US soldier as you load up the game, and it's all orange now. Very nice. I found these weird markings on this map here too, and also these Morse code machines. I'm not saying that they're Easter egg things 100%, but they do look quite Easter eggy. Could just be some art dressing for the level though. We'll have to wait and see. Overall though, I have to say, thoroughly enjoyed my time with these 3 maps. I'm sorry that I couldn't show you any Wake Island, but it's unfinished still and they didn't want us to record. But Iwo Jima, Beautiful map. Absolutely love it. Plays great. I forgot to mention there's giant cannons on it too, which are really good fun. Pacific Storm, another great Battlefield map. I think this release is a good thing for Battlefield. It's a home run for DICE at least. There's a ton of new stuff in here, new gadgets and toys to play with. We didn't get to play with the lunge mine, unfortunately, which we saw in the trailer. I'm sure that'll come at some point in Tides of War, but it feels sandbox, it feels Battlefield again, and it finally looks like World War II. The new patch as well, which has just gone live, I think, has got a load of quality of life fixes in it too, so onwards and upwards. With that said, I hope there's more to come in the Pacific and for the next year in Battlefield, and I want to see DICE go through that checklist of World War II's greatest hits, all those iconic moments that we know, and deliver them in a similar fashion to this, because the level of quality here from what I played at this capture event is high. It feels polished, it feels like they've been working on this for a long time. It's out soon. I don't want to talk forever, so I'm just going to leave it there. And just a reminder for you guys, if anyone wants to pick up the Gold Phantom t-shirt design that I released a few weeks ago, this one's limited edition and it's only going to be available for like another 2 days or so, and I've linked it down below. If you want to check it out, go to bit.ly/shopjackfrags. It's a link down below and you should see it down there anyway. Guys, just an amendment to this video. It's literally an hour and a half until I'm allowed to put this video live, but as a surprise, they've actually released 4 of these weapons in the game now. So after you've downloaded the patch, you can play with the M1 Garand, the Type 99 Arisaka, the Type 100 SMG, and the M1919 for the support class. I didn't know this was going to happen, so it wasn't in my original video, but I thought let's just re-edit and re-upload quickly so you guys know that those guns are actually in the game now. And you can even go on the company menu and look at the new soldiers and the new vehicles and all that if you want to kind of check out the specializations for yourself. Of course, you can't play with them yet because they're only on the Pacific maps, those vehicles, but the guns, they're fair game now, so have at it. Anyways, I'm off. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, a dislike. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.